Good morning. Good Sunday morning. I got a lot of crows. I don't see them, but oh, here they. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Oh my goodness. I'm surprised I can actually talk. I couldn't talk this morning. I was like, oh, some people might like that. Like Peter. Hi, Cher. Um, am I coming in okay? Because I just got a little flash saying my connection is whatever. I got my. It's chilly here this morning. I got my Booth Bay. Look at that! It's on the other side. My Booth Bay Harbor, Maine puffin sweatshirt. I didn't have it on, but I got my bathing suit. We're going on a boat today with Jeannie, us girls. Oh, just saw a fish jump. It's been one whirlwind weekend. Oh, we went out to downtown Fort Myers because Jeannie's actually there was a guy I know I met Friday night. Oh my God, he was telling me how attractive he was drunk, so drunk, and he was in the past about how he was a chiropractor and he was so stuck on what he used to be and how he's a millionaire and I said that doesn't impress me at all. I'm like, I want to know what's in your heart, what's in you. When I pointed to him, he goes, stupidity. Every person, mind, believes one of the patterned beliefs is I'm stupid. So back when I was working at the grocery store and my boss, Howard, who got me to open up to a different way of thinking by encouraging me to go talk to my parents and ask why I didn't feel loved growing up. I was working at this place called Hannaford. It's a big grocery store chain, grocery and drugstore in one in Maine, all through Maine. And when Howard was going on vacation or going to be off for days, he would leave me a list of things to do. And he'd go through everything with me through the store, what he wanted done. The whole time he was explaining all that, in my head was, I'm stupid. I'm not going to be able to do this. He's going to be disappointed in me. All that thought bullshit was in there saying all this. So, of course, I wasn't present for what he was telling me. And of course, life is going to show that outcome because I believe that outcome. So, after I talked to mom and dad, and there was so much clarity. When you love you, it brings everything down to there's not so much turmoil in your mind, so you're clear. So you don't have all this what do I want? Your mind is not, they call it Maya. It's a mud in your head. So there's so much going, worrying about so much. You trying to control life so much that you're miserable. Literally miserable. You can't be in the moment and enjoy yourself because you're stuck in here just bouncing off all those thoughts. So you're not present. You're not in your body. Being in the body, being grounded in the love, the nothingness that you are, excuse me, gets you out of here. The muddled, because it's always the bottom line is to every mind is I'm not enough. But above that one is I can do it wrong. Here I go again. Anyway, you can't do it wrong, but you believe you can. So when any situation you come up to, there's all that, oh my God, I'm going to do it wrong. I'm going to fuck it up. So you're not present with whatever somebody wants you to do, which could be a very simple thing, but your mind can make it into so much crap that it, there's no presence. And as you stop listening to those thoughts and you're feeling the love that you are, which is only now. That love that you are can only be felt now. It's what presence is. And I didn't even see that until just now, honestly. Because the past and the future, which, like I say all the time, is thought, Maya. Now is where you feel the love that you are, which leads to you now. That means all the past trauma. I'm speaking with someone who is an amazing talent in so many mind blowing ways with her voice, with her playing the piano, with her art. The art that this woman has created is beyond, beyond. Beautiful. And she's stuck in the trauma. Her mind is so believing in this trauma and insisting on bringing it here now, which taints. It stops her from, it keeps her in a box. And we will fight for that trauma. We will fight tooth and nail. I've been traumatized. Okay. Get over it so you can enjoy your life, because we do not have another second promised here. You can drop on a dime. This heart can stop beating at any second. What would you do if you knew this ended tomorrow? What goes through your mind when you think, say the doctor says you only have a day to live? What? Okay, we'll say maybe not a day, let's say a week. You have 1 week to live. Would you be worried about money? Would you be worried about what other people think of you? Which, by the way, you don't know what other people are thinking about you. You're not in their head, you're in your head. Every single judgment you are projecting onto somebody else is your own judgment of yourself. Period. It has nothing to do with anybody else. You're just putting them out there to show you what you're thinking and believing about yourself that isn't true. And as you let go of all the control and the fighting and because when somebody says something to you that something was said about me last night and I felt it for a second. I felt it. And the automatic reaction is to, they. No, 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 no. Do not blame them. They are your gift to show you what you're already thinking about yourself. That's not true. That's why it hurts. They hit a trigger. And how else would you know what you're thinking? I had no idea. I was thinking that I told a lot of stories. And that was wrong because it hurt. The second I saw, wait a minute, so what? Yeah, I tell a lot of stories. That's basically what my life is about. Because as I share the stories about me, you guys are the same me's. You're the same. We have the same hurt, the same emotions, the same I'm not enough. So relating it to a story gets you to put your own story in there and recognize. That's why this resonates, because we're all coming from the same place. I ate a piece of bacon. I got it stuck in my. All right, who's here? Good. Mm, 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 mm. Thank you, Cher. Good morning, Cynthia. Good morning, Margie. Oh my gosh, it's been such a great. I haven't danced in so long, Sherry. I got my groove on. Marta, Jeannie's whatever you. I said to the guy, his name was Mike, the millionaire. I said it's Jeannie's cook, and she goes, "Who cooks for who?" And I was just pointing out Jeannie and then Marta, and she goes, he says, "Why she can't cook?" And I said, "No, she can cook beautifully, by the way, but she doesn't have to. She can pay somebody to do it. Why not?" And Marta cooks. She's not with her all the time. It's only when she goes to her cottage on Round Lake, and when and Marta has that place. Oh, she's got it organized. She's got. Oh my God, she's got this place running like a top, and she's here for the first time in Florida. Ah, my God, we've had so much fun. This woman, I freaking love her so much. Well, I freaking say that about everybody. Anyway, I even love the millionaire that was talking to me, Mike. His name was Mike, and the more he said he was labeled as a kid as retarded. He went through his life believing he's stupid. So of course his mind is holding on to being the 2016 best chiropractor, and because that's where it feels good, but it's false. Everything, including money, comes and goes. It doesn't stay. And when you, that's not what money is about. Money, we put so much of our worth in how much money we have. Like we're not worthy if we don't have a lot of money. Or if we have a lot of money, we are worthy. That's not true. And your inner self knows that. It knows it. That's why it's so worried about losing it. Multimillionaires are so worried they just can't get it. When I'm not enough, there's not enough. There's not enough accolades. There's not enough money. There's not enough houses, not enough cars. And if you notice, none of that makes you happy. None of it. Happiness is what your true nature is. Like when you were, I am working with kindergartners, 5-year-olds, and oh my God, these kids, so full of love, and they want to please you, and they just want to be heard. They want to be, and that's what I do. I can't tell you the stacks when they have inside recesses, which is most of the time. Actually, we had outside recess this week, and one of the girls I was working with her after, she goes, "Are we going to have recess?" I said, "We just came off recess." "No, we didn't." I said, "Yes, we did. Did you not just run outside and have a good time? That was recess." "Well, what about the inside recess?" She wanted inside recess where she could play with the toys or make things, because they're all making me little hearts. One of them actually made a heart, and you open it's like you open it and there's a smaller heart in it with a no, oh my God, it's the cutest thing. 5 years old. Her name is Brianna. She's beautiful. Oh my God, her long hair. Her mom does it. The dresses she wears. She's the sweet. I just love them all. Every single one of them. But one of them is autistic. That's another thing. Taking stuff personally. Taking anything personally. God, what am I going to title this damn thing? That thought just came in. I'm going to have to. Anyway, when something happens, and you feel that contraction in your body, you've taken something personally. Nothing here is personal. Nothing. If you can keep that in your mind, the reality that nothing is personal, even though you're taking it on, you feeling the contraction and the discomfort in the body and wanting to blame them. If you can bring it back to you, it's so much pain is caused by believing someone did. I'm a victim of them. I'm a victim of mom and dad. I'm a victim of the teacher. I'm a victim of life. Nothing here is by accident. We are literally we are where we need to be in any and in front of whoever we need to be in front of every given moment, including this guy that was stuck. He was so intrigued. Who knows if he'll remember anything? It doesn't matter because the, he asked Jeannie, he goes, she's domineering. Oh, because his friend came to give him another drink. And I said, you don't need another drink. He was, do you really need that? He goes, yes, I do. I said, why? I said, I haven't had a stitch to drink and I'm having a damn good time. So actually, I don't think I had a drink last night at the other one, at the last place. And I didn't, I, I don't know. I don't notice a difference. It was hard to choke down because I don't like alcohol. I don't like the taste of it. Everything inside of me is like, what? But they didn't have any pina coladas or anything that doesn't taste like alcohol. Because I had a pina colada at Doc Ford's. It was amazing. And it wasn't the alcohol. It did have alcohol in it, but the coconut flavor was so strong and they had toasted coconut all around the edge of the it was so that's my kind of drink. Because I'm not drinking to I don't even know. I like the taste of something coconutty or something strawberry, or it has nothing to do with alcohol. Just doesn't have a good taste to me. Ah, never has. Um, but anyway, I got to talk to him. He was telling Jeannie that I was domineering. She's domineering. Jeannie's like, no. But because I dared, I challenged his ego. It was so much fun. Oh, I freaking loved it. Jeannie thought it was boring, but I was having a blast because he's never heard anything like this. And like Talia says, you make me feel so good all the time because I just found out because my girlfriend Phoebe, because my mind is programmed to turn a negative around. Apparently that's called an alchemist. I just learned that whenever we were together. Friday. I had no idea what that was. I've heard the word, but I didn't know what it meant. It's automatic. As you entertain this message and your mind starts questioning shit. And because you're resonating, if you're listening still to this video, you are resonating with what I'm saying, and it's reminding you of something you've forgotten. But you're intrigued. He was so intrigued. It was so fun. Oh my god, I just love talking about this. Can you tell? And the thing is, I have no idea. That's another thing Jeannie says. I heard her say that I channel, but I don't realize I'm channeling. That's exactly what because it's just coming out. Sometimes when it comes out, I'm like, oh, whoa. And I tell you, I'm just hearing this for the first time. It's not Lori. It's not the character Lori in this dream of separation that never happened. It's only a belief that Lori is here doing. Lori's not doing a damn thing. It's just happening. Literally, life is just happening. It's how you react to the happenings. You can flip the fuck out about something that doesn't even have anything to do with you. Or you can assume that something is a certain way and then you find out it isn't. Oh my God, you just put your body through. The body can take it. It can. It can take it. It does take it. It takes it constantly. Of I'm not enough. Something's wrong with me. And then all the relationships that go bad. Because eventually, like I have a girlfriend who's having a hard time with her husband, and she's building inside of her, and she's just realizing that she doesn't need to take that anymore. Before she believed that she deserved it. But she's growing, she's realizing the love that she is, and she doesn't need to be around it anymore. And that doesn't mean that she's hating on him she just doesn't need it in her life anymore because she's healed. She's used that person to heal her childhood wounds usually from the parents. That's where we start believing I can do it wrong. That's the message we get from the time we realize we're a person. We start believing we're a person that's separate from life, love, God. We're not separate from it at all. We are it. It's just a belief that you are this person. You're not. And no one tells you that. But I've been working with 5-year-olds, 5 and 6-year-olds, letting them know, dropping the little things. There was one that's a very emotional little girl, and I told her, I said, whenever somebody yells at you, it is not about you. Do not take it on. It's not you. You're hitting there. I can't do it. Because I felt myself when they come up against a block. They've accelerated a lot since I've been there. A lot. There's 10 of them in the advanced reading program, and I've only been there a month because I take them one-on-one because the teacher's got 21 kids. How the hell? There's no way she can give undivided attention to each kid. She just can't. It's not humanly possible. So just being in the room with them, just them, even though it's freaking colder than shit in that room, I have to wear. It is so cold in that room. So anyway, it's a small room, so the AC is concentrated. I have all the doors shut. But I'm able to sit there with her when she's crying and say, it's not wrong to cry. It's not. Because we aren't, as children are us, we were not allowed to cry. Not only that, we weren't allowed to show joy. I realized that mom was very offended by I was always very joy filled, a very high energy, love. I just was happy. And she labeled me naive. So I always thought I was naive. That's wrong. I took on, just like Mike, the guy that I was talking to Friday night, took on the belief that he's a retard. And then that pushed him to do amazing things with the chiropractor. He could do things that apparently other chiropractors couldn't do because he was the number one in 2016. But he's seeing it going. He says he's on the downward. Jeannie and I were like, both of us were like, what? Don't even believe that thought. Don't believe that thought. That's not. Anyway, um, he got such a. Apparently, he signed up for it in the stream because it was coming out just like it does right here. And whenever I get a captive audience, it's coming out. Although when I feel it's not, I'll push, like I did this morning with my girlfriend, a little bit but once that ego starts pushing back, I'm standing for this trauma. Okay, you can have it. You have it. Like I was saying, we're not promised another day. We literally are not promised one more day here. What would you do if you only had a week to live and you knew it? Say next Sunday. You weren't going to be able to watch this video next Sunday. I might not even be here next Sunday. Who knows? Could have a car accident. Anything could happen and it's over. Would there be a little bit of regret that you're believing these thoughts instead of being the joy that you are? The joyful, loving being that you are, that you're afraid to let come out, that you're afraid to you're thinking about what other people might think. Literally, it's your own thoughts. That judger is here. I don't even know where it is. We say it's there, but there's no proof that a thought is in your head. They don't open up your head and say, there's the thoughts. We don't know. Nobody knows. But they make the human in this dream less than. And then we got to use outward stuff. See, I'm worthy. The whole bottom line is I'm not worthy. And I'm worthy because of my money. I'm worthy because of my cars. I'm worthy because of my houses. None of it will take away that I'm not enough. Not one external thing, because the external is a manifestation of what you believe inside. And if your relationships or because everything is coming and going out here, it's not real because it's not permanent. Nothing is permanent here. It changes. But the love that you are, the essence that you are last week that we felt, if you didn't watch last week's, go back to last week's and if you can't find it here, go to my YouTube channel. It's my name. And it's right there because I upload these as soon as I'm done to YouTube. And it'll show you we went through the essence that what we are, that aliveness that we are. I started with the toes and went right up the body. Oh my God, that's what you are, not this body, not these thoughts. When you start realizing you are not these thoughts, you're seeing them. You start seeing them like a whole because okay, there'll be a hook. Oh, well, the hook last night. She tells, here we go with her stories. Right there was a hook. And I felt it. I sat there and I went, okay. It got me. It got me. But thank you. I think it was perfect because I could go in and say, that's not true. Yeah, I tell stories. But my truth was, it was wrong. I didn't realize that it was wrong, that I was judging myself as it was wrong. I didn't know it was there. How else would I know unless it came? You got to be, if you want to clear up and get back to the love that you are, everything that seemingly hurts you and makes you take back and feel the contraction, the uncomfortableness inside, don't blame them. They are showing you what you're subconsciously believing that's not true. This is freedom. Before, if I had sat, because I used to be so identified with this body, and if you're identified with the body, it's never enough because that's the bottom line. I'm not enough. And that body will never be enough, no matter what size, what color, has nothing to do with what it looks like. That's causing pain. Major pain when you believe you're a body. Even if you are the hottest model on the runway, to somebody else, that's not hot. It's a subject to the observer, not to reality. Reality is these characters are going through life, and however you can enjoy in myself, or you can fight it and be miserable. My dad was miserable. He fought so much, but he loved people. He was kind. He would do anything for anybody. And his misery was only when he was alone. That's it. We're only miserable when we're alone. That's why we have to have some music, some TV, something going to keep our minds off of what we're thinking and believing that's not true. Because after the scamming thing, sitting in the living room by myself with all that pain of, and I'm not working, I'm not bringing in money. I'm not worthy because I don't have money? Really? My worth is how much money I have? No, 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 no. No amount of money can make you worthy. No amount of houses and cars and motorcycles or whatever will ever bring you to that happiness. That joy of being that you were when you were little, before all the thoughts and shit were downloaded into you. But you don't need to keep believing it. You can use this world, every single relationship, to show you, instead of blaming and fighting them, sit, breathe it in. Okay, what am I thinking and believing that's not true here, that hurts? I tell stories and that's wrong? No. Most people love my stories. I don't know how I made it to age 60, almost, well, over 60 now, making friends everywhere I go. Everywhere. It's crazy because when you find the love that you are, people resonate with it. They feel it. And it's automatic for me to change their, like him believing that Mike believing that he was retarded. I'm like, what the? You couldn't have done what you did. Number one, chiropractor. If you weren't, if you were retarded, what the fuck? But he had that belief running, and I'll be willing to bet anytime someone said, or the life situation, because life will put you in the situation. It's just like me at work when I knew I wasn't, and Howard would come back after vacation or whatever and be disappointed because I didn't do what he I did some of it, but I never did because I didn't believe I it had to show me what I'm already believing. Life is going to show you what you're believing about yourself. And as you question these beliefs about yourself, you start seeing a different outside. It's a completely different outside. There might not be houses and whatever, but there's a peace that does not come. It will not come from anything attained out here. It's an inside job. You get to sit with these thoughts and question them, not just sit. Actually, I saw a post, I don't know, a couple months ago that said, sit with it. Sit with it. When it feels like shit, like last night when we were around the table, it was loud and that hit, and I just sat with it and breathed. And then I went, inside. Thank you. Thank you for showing me another erroneous belief. Erroneous is not true. It was taken on at some point. I literally did not know it was there. That's why she's my gift. Another layer of the onion. That's in the dream. That's in the story of Lori, that she's moving towards coming back to who she is. And I don't know, some people say it never stops, but then there's others that say you reach enlightenment and you just flow with life like the birds, like the wind, the wave on the water. It just, nothing bothers you. Nothing bothers you. I'm ready for that. But Apparently, I'm calling in whatever's left inside there. But I did last night. I did not know that was there. How else? How would I know unless I feel it? Oh my God, it's magic as you feel this shit. Really feel it instead of actually, you're just recognizing it. It's not even really a feeling. It's just you're recognizing, oh, thank you. I didn't know that belief was in there that I tell stories and it's boring or whatever. It isn't boring. It's the spice of life. It's the only true way to getting in touch with the joy that you are that you just forgot. The joy that you were as a toddler. Oh my God. Everybody says they want to go back to where it was. You can. You can. When you drop all these beliefs of what will it look like? How will I, if I'm not controlling this, how will, that's all this. That's all thought. You don't have to know how about anything. You don't have to know how. Whenever your mind goes into, well, how will, that's your mind. Back off. The minute you hear it say, if are you guys in tune with your voice in your head now? Because if there's a voice in your head and you're aware of it, who are you? Are you the voice or are you the one that's aware of the voice? You answer that for yourself. Find it out. Find it out. It's a beautiful realization. Ah, Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Good morning. Jason, your laugh is contagious. I love it. Thank you, Jason. I know, I laugh so much. Oh my God, it's crazy. Life, when you're not so serious at taking all the thoughts serious, life, God, love, whatever the hell's doing all of this, has a sense of humor. You can say, I'm never gonna blah, blah, blah. And then you find it, you're actually calling it in. Whenever you say a never, you're like, okay, bring it to me. That's why I don't want to say never, because I don't know. I don't know where this body's going to go next. I have a zero clue, and neither do you. But just know that whoever is in front of you is your gift. When you're in front of someone, it's perfection. Even if your mind's going, damn them, they're blah, blah, blah. It's perfection for you. Will you keep fighting it or will you surrender? Will you? As you surrender, you find the joy that you are. It's the best way to go through life. You don't need anything because that love that you are, you don't need a thing. It just appears. It just appears. Whatever you need, if you, how do you know you don't need something? You don't have it. Are you going to pine away for that need or are you going to live it right now? Enjoy it now. Are you going to worry about the future and keep yourself miserable? Or are you going to enjoy the love that you are right now? I wish for every single one of you that is on this journey with me that you find the love that you already are. And it has nothing to do with anything in this world. I know you can feel it. I know you can, because you're me. You're no different than I am. I forgot my water. You are a reflection of me. And when I see that joy in you, Actually, when I see the sadness in you and the contraction, I see you. I see it. And I don't have to take it personally. No matter what comes at me, I don't have to take, and none of it is personal unless you make it that way, unless you believe it to be. You don't have to believe it to be. You can say nothing is personal. Actually, and nothing is a bummer. Found myself saying I'm a bummer. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. Something, something, something was happening. I think I said this last week. Something was happening, and inside, I know Lori, but who I really am knows at this point knows that nothing is a bummer, but the mind just I'm not completely on board yet. It's like nothing is a bummer, nothing is a bummer, nothing is a bummer. Trying to convince it, even though I know it's not a bummer. Everything is exact. The web, the tapestry, everything is happening exactly the way it's supposed to. Even your resistance to what is, even your fighting what is in the moment is supposed to be, and you have the choice to wake up. Oh, I'm resisting again, or to say, oh, thank you. Even though turmoil is going on inside, thank you for helping me. Ha! Because you're freeing me. Oh, I wish you were watching this, Christina. No, I haven't heard a thing from Phoebe. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Okay, who else we got? Elisa, good morning. 19. Good morning, Monica. Good to see you. All of you. God, last week it was almost 1,000 people. That's huge. I mean, I started out with 10 a year. Last November was a year, so you know, almost 1,000 people. Oh my God, you I appreciate every single one of you because as this resonates with you, as you realize the love that you are, okay, oh, I'll show you. I'll show you. I'm gonna show you. I found it this week in my memories. Okay, this is my favorite, one of my favorite memes. This is how your light changes the world. See how they're all afraid? We're afraid of each other. We shy away. We were behind our judgmental mind. And then you start, the others start. And then the others start. And then uh, 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 eventually, our whole community, everybody who's listening, is finding the love that they are, and it's catching on. It's catching on to the next one and the next one and the next one. It's the everybody is looking for the love that they are in that world. I'm here to tell you, you will never find it in the world. You will not. It's empty because it's coming and going. You could have $1 billion and it could be gone tomorrow. It never brought you joy. Yeah, you could do things with it, but you know what? If you can't do things, like after the scamming thing, nobody was calling me where I was used to connecting with a lot of people. There was a implosion inside, and I was alone. And it was summer, which we can't go outside. It was hotter than balls here, so I have to be behind. That's when I realized the birds. I need the birds because the birds are a frequency. The birds, the crickets, they're a frequency which we resonate with. It's a high frequency. Feels good. Peepers, loons, all different sounds. They just resonate with it because that's what we are. That frequency. There's been a lot in my awareness recently on Facebook, a lot about the resonance of sound and what it does for us. So just type in sound or ask your AI guy about sound and how it resonates within us. and what it can do to elevate your consciousness, your vibration. Oh, so I was alone. Brought it back, Cher. I was alone in the living room with the, oh yeah. So I that's when it came to me. I went to the secondhand baby store, got me a baby monitor, put it outside here, and brought the receiver inside so I wake up with the birds. Because in the summer here, you ain't keeping anything open. It's so humid. So, but I needed the birds inside. I come from Maine, where everything's open in the summer. So you can imagine the thoughts of I shouldn't be, the thoughts of I lost $30,000. I'm not working. I'm not worthy. If I don't have money, I'm not enough. Really? I was put here to work, to have money? Birds don't have money, and they do very well. No animal besides humans need money to survive. Just us, because we believe it. As you start realizing that that's not going to bring you happiness, it seems like the money shows up. Things are happening, and it has nothing to do with, because somebody said do what you love and the money will follow, and I thought it meant it will come from what you're doing, but it's not. It's coming from, I don't even know. It's coming from different places. Because Peter's always saying, you're not getting paid for this. You talk to all these people and you don't get paid for it. I don't want to get paid for it. I mean, it would be nice. No, actually, I'm just realizing this right now, as a matter of fact. There was a piece in me that wanted to get paid for it. But the more I go, the more I realize that just spreading this joy, just for anybody who's open to listening to this, that gives me, that's what my sister asked me. She says, are you jealous of me? And I said, well, I did used to be, because you could go buy anything you want anytime you want. And you, but I said, that's not success to me anymore. It's not about what you can do and buy and have. And it's just another, like yesterday, I said that to Jeannie. I said, oh, I can't believe you can, but I would be buying on a whim. I want that. I want that. I don't need it. I don't need any more clothes. I don't need any more. When I saw this cute thing that I wanted, she was going to buy it for me. How sweet. Ah, that's so sweet. But it was about how I was going to be viewed by wearing it. I saw that. And I went, I tried it on and it didn't look like how I thought. And I saw all of this thought of how I needed to be viewed by how what I was wearing. It's not about what I'm wearing. It's the joy that I carry with me. Everybody feels it. And a lot of egos will fight it. It's too scary. Love, unconditional, perfect love that we are, is scary because it's vulnerable. It's open. Somebody's going to take advantage. That's what people said I was taken advantage of by a scammer. Nope. 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 That thing had to be on that scale because I've asked life to bring it. So when I was alone in this condo with nobody calling, I had to go through all those thoughts coming up that I've been fighting or running away from my whole life, which kept me in the trauma. The trauma, it's not really even trauma. It's gone. It's literally gone. It's not real anymore. It's only my mind keeping it real, keeping me stuck in it, which I don't have to be, tainting my future because of my trauma. It's going to call it my trauma, my anything that's labeled my. Now, Eli, we used to give him a toy, right? and we take it away from him, or he would get something that he wasn't supposed to have, and you take it away from him, something sharp or whatever. You take it away from him, it's no big deal. But now that the me is coming on, the character of me, the dream of separation, he's being separated from love, from God. He's going to start with the me. He's already, you take something away, mine. He's literally saying mine. He's been saying mine for a while now. So that's the identification. Nothing is mine. I will give anything to anybody. I gave $100 bill to a homeless guy on Hancock Bridge in 41 in 2021 during the scamming thing. I did a cleaning, and this guy was out there and talking that he needed money for whatever. I don't even care what. Maybe he went and drank it all, but that's not my intention. Was to help somebody, just like with the scamming thing. My intention was to help someone get here. And I even stood out on that, where that homeless guy gave the $100 to. I ended up standing out there. I have a picture of Peter driving by. Peter took a picture of me standing there because he was flabbergasted that I stood there with a sign saying, "Help me bring my loved one home." Because Peter had taken, I used to be in control of all of our money. I mean, he would, I would deposit it. It was all, and I would pay the bills. It was always me. And during the scamming thing, he took it. I had no access to any money unless I did a cleaning job, and I would get it. And I literally had just made that $100 bill, and I handed it to him. He was so pissed off. I don't miss that $100 bill. And wherever it went, it doesn't matter, because that's the next thing. People are like, he went and drank it all. He got shot it up. Okay. If that's what my intention was, clear on helping somebody, and that's all that matters. Where it goes from there, I don't have any control of. And if I do pretend that I'm not giving from the trueness of me. I'm giving with expectations. That's not giving. When you give of yourself is when you truly give. Khalil Gibran in The Prophet. That book. Ooh, that book is so good. Oh wait, 852. Ooh. Okay, so this thing just doesn't want to stay. Is it out? Is it out? You're like, Christina, oh, you're here. Okay. I have not heard a thing from Phoebe. Nothing. She hasn't, I do Messenger, and she always gets right back. Something, big's happening. I feel it. I feel good. Da-da-da. What about politics? Yeah, politics divides people. You've bought your friend groceries. Oh my God, doesn't it? It's about the feeling. It's not about where that's going to go, how she has to use those groceries. What if some of them went to waste because she really didn't like what you bought her? It was the feeling you get when you give from your heart. Oh, there's nothing like it. Giving that guy that $100 just. Oh, that's what I said to. That's what. What are you doing? That's what I said to my sister. I said, now that I realize joy and love of myself is the goal, is the prize, so to be. The there she is. She's coming. She's coming. Okay, when I get off this, which is in just 6 minutes, I will get in touch with both of you. Okay, oh, I said the goal for me, there's no amount of money that could. Right now I'm getting a lot of people saying things like, if more people were like you in life, would be a completely different. Politics are there to divide. Notice Democrat, Republican. Let go of it all. Shut the damn thing off and enjoy this life. Get your ass down here and I'll show you what joy is, young lady. We gonna have some joy. We went Thursday night to Stephen Clark is a guy that plays music on. He got pretty famous locally after Ian because he lives on Fort Myers Beach and he got flooded out. But he did a fundraiser and he kept all the local singers. There was no place to sing. The beach, everything was gone. And he did a fundraiser and people, he kept them going. That, he didn't take anything for himself. Nothing. He gave it to his friends who were singers because that's what Fort Myers Beach is all about. So we went and we were with him at Doc Ford's. Oh, the food. And I got to talk to him. He's actually following me now on Facebook. He's so genuine. He was a news anchor in Michigan and he was up against Lester Holt to do the nightly news. I'm so glad he didn't because that having that streaming into you every day, that's miserable. Is everything happens perfectly for you, not to you. When he didn't get that job, and obviously, because Lester's leaving now, apparently, I don't know, because I haven't watched it in 30 years. Can you imagine not having that? I wrote this week that when I go into a house that has the news on, I can feel the vibrate. The frequency is so low. I can feel it. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't need to. I don't need to be involved. My girlfriend is involved in what Trump's doing and how horrible. And she said, I'll share it with you because something's going on in Maine with Trump. I don't even know. And she goes, I'll share it with you. It's too much to tell. I said, no, thank you. I'm going to stay in my love bubble and share that way. I don't need to know anything. I don't. I do not need to know a thing that's going on outside, just here. And the immediate people that I am in contact with or in touch, if you resonate with this, share it with somebody that you think might be open so we can get this. What a different world it would be. Somebody said to me this week, she says, I don't think you know how powerful you are. She goes, you, I wake up. She's going through a breakup and she goes, I wake up happy. She goes, what did you do to me? Oh, I love it. Anyway, if anybody you know is a little bit willing, a little bit open to this message, share it with them. I can love my love is not limited. It goes far and wide, and I love sharing it. There is no limit to it. Okay, till next Sunday, or actually look on YouTube. Not YouTube, YouTube, but go on TikTok. I'm starting to pick it up like when an inspiration comes, because I figure I'll leave my lives Sundays. I don't know. TikTok just seems fun in the moment. If I do a live though, uh, it doesn't get saved. So whatever's coming is in the moment. If you're not there, if it doesn't matter. It's just out there. All right, I'm off to a boat ride today. Hopefully, you'll see a bunch of dolphins. That's the goal, to see dolphins and have a damn good time. Do some dancing. Okay. I love you so much. Thank you for being here from the bottom of my heart. Yes, it was beautiful. Nothing in return. Absolutely. Sending hugs, love and light to all. Appreciate you too, Cynthia. Cynthia. You are doing this too. You are totally. Oh, whoops. There's my little AI girl. I see her every day. Every time this thing comes on, I just want to be sitting on a stage, just sharing like I do here with thousands of people. I'm imagining it. We'll see if it happens. If it doesn't happen, I'm not attached to it. It doesn't have to be. But there's nothing better than sharing the love and making the world like this. All the little light beings. Imagine it. Mwah! Thank you. Next Sunday. See ya.